beautiful Sagittarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your full moon reading. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pertain to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details, and I will never ask for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your full moon reading. It's a supermoon and it's in the sign of Aquarius. It is a bit of a tumultuous time. The planetary alignments are a little bit volatile during this period, so you may feel a little bit more sensitive than usual, maybe even a little bit more frustrated than usual, and people may push your buttons, okay? Because we do have that interaction between the Sun, which is all about ego, and Saturn, which is in retrograde, and that's all about deconstruction. And of course, that makes for people feeling a little bit more grouchy than usual. Now, we do have a lot of pressure this month from the planetary alignments because of, Mars interactions. Everything's really fiery. But then as we move towards the 17th and the 25th of the month, things become a lot easier. Now, your 9th house, the search for meaning, is starred for you. So this is about you focusing on what you want to do in life or what you're doing. You may also be connected to study, maybe even broadening your horizons in some area of your life, realigning yourself with your spiritual connection and enhancing your spiritual gifts. Some of you may feel compelled to travel as well. Now we have the 3rd house activated for you at the 2nd half of the month, and that's all about communication, making sure you are seen and heard, okay? And that you accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. Also, quick trips as well are starred at this time. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to your reading. But during this period, it's about absorbing knowledge, finding, like investigating things that really set your soul and your brain synapses on fire. It's also about rediscovering yourself. You may feel, as I said, a little bit more sensitive than usual. You may feel like you can't sleep as well as usual, but that will pass as we move out of that supermoon energy and into around about the 16th, 17th of August, okay? Now, you've got the heart space, so I definitely see you connecting to dreams, but also you really allowing yourself to shine, allowing yourself to connect to what your heart wants and attracting it, manifesting it, because this is a time period that you will accomplish your dreams and your goals, okay? Or whatever it is you've been manifesting shows up on the physical plane. Yeah, look at that. We got the Chariot card. So search for meaning, direction, judgment energy. Looking at your career, perhaps, if you're working, and if you're not, if you're looking for a job, you may find an opportunity. But if you're retired, for example, it can mean, what do you do on the next leg of your journey? What is it you're connecting to? What is your calling, basically? That really connects to your 9th house. Search for meaning. What is your calling? And we got the Fool card twice. So embracing a little bit more positivity, a little bit more playful spirit in the month ahead, which is very exciting. We've got 8 of Pentacles. Oh, they want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. You're someone who's very, very dedicated to whatever you set your intentions to. You don't sit back on your laurels. You get moving, okay? You are someone who walks your talk. And they're showing me that you've got a lot of intelligence, but also to balance that out, because you can be quite logical sometimes. You've got this wonderful, playful like spirit, very open-hearted, and you need to embrace that a little bit more, because you may have been feeling a little bit more in your head recently. As you move through this time period, you're going to feel a little bit more curious about what the world has to offer you. Maybe, as I said, you're both ninth and third houses, they star travel. So that is when a Sagittarian is the happiest, when they can have that freedom to roam, set their sights on something and hit their mark. So that's I always say that you know, Sagittarians are the wanderer of the deck. Now the first card here, we got the one who surprises. So you may surprise a lot of people around you, but I feel most importantly you may surprise yourself. You're stepping into your spotlight. Okay, when I was doing a little meditation before your reading, they actually showed me a spotlight turning on. Okay, so that can mean enlightenment. It can mean that you are finding a point of epiphany on something that you've been struggling with. It can also be that you're responding differently to a challenging situation, finding a different way to approach it and gain clarity on it. But I feel this is more than that. It's like you stepping into your empowerment. There's something about you, my beautiful Sagittarians, you've changed. And of course, for the better, okay? It says here, surprise, discovery, revelation. So I feel this is your protagonist energy. So I feel you're the one who is not only surprising yourself and may learn a little bit more about yourself in this time frame, but I feel you're actually allowing yourself to shine and gathering that powerful energy in order to sort of be recognized for what you do. You tend to operate behind the scenes. You don't like to stand out from the crowd. You know, you like to do your own thing and let your work speak for itself, or, you know, because you're a wonderful friend. You're actually someone who is so caring about others. You're so thoughtful is what they're showing me. And I feel this is about you being recognized for that and appreciated for it, because sometimes you may feel unappreciated. But during this full moon period, there's going to be a communication between you and somebody that you really trust and that you really respect. They're going to show you either through action, but it could also be through words, how they really appreciate you and how you're so important in their life. Okay, that's something that's coming out fully. But there's something changing here for you. They're showing me that you're the sort of person, if someone pushes you away, whether it's a friend or a lover, ex-lover, whatever, you tend to just let them go. You try not to hold on because you are learning the lesson of self-value. You learn your worth, you know your worth, and you may have learned your worth from a very young age, my beautiful Sagittarians, because you are very, very wise. So if anyone sort of indicates in some way that they do not appreciate you in their life, you have a tendency to take a step back, you withdraw, okay? So they're just showing me that you've spiritually evolved and they're really proud of you, the way that you act on that, okay? We've got the heart, okay? Now the heart, of course, it is number 24. When you reduce it, 2 + 4 is 6, which is the Lover's card. So a lot of you will be connecting to the things that you love. At grassroots, the Lover's energy is about attracting, the law of attraction, attracting what your heart desires, what it yearns for. So whether this is love itself or whether this is an opportunity, you are attracting that during this period of that supermoon. You will feel there is a bit of a push and pull during this time period where you may feel like you're taking 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, but whatever you are attracting, it is showing up for you, okay? So you may see like the sprouts of it happening throughout the month, but it really sort of comes into being at the end of the month. But your heart is fully engaged, and I feel like you're doing something that you love. I feel like you're connecting to your inner guidance, your inner wisdom, and your, you know, heart whispers sometimes. I feel like you're really listening to see what your heart has to say, because I feel like you're wondering about direction, or you're wondering about the bigger philosophical questions in life about where is my calling? Where do I belong? And how do I make it interesting and exciting? Okay, because you're not the sort of person who embarks on a journey that's going to be dull as dishwater. You're the sort of person who likes to see the positive and the interesting side, the passionate side of life. And I feel like you're trying to find where your heart thrives, okay? Some of you, as I said, are calling in love, or if you're already in a relationship, I feel like some of you may be reigniting your love and your passion for each other, and really like not taking each other for granted, really sort of revitalizing your energy and remembering why you fell in love with each other in the first place. For some of you who are single, I do feel like there is someone who could return into your world. This person could have strong Aries in their chart. Doesn't have to, but I feel that energy coming through strongly. And they may try to have a second chance in your life, but I feel like you're moving on, you're wanting new, okay? That's your call. We all have free will. If you want to reconnect with that person, you can, but it will take work, Okay, it'll be a full-on project for a little while, but you can move through any obstacles and you can get to where you want to go with that relationship if you want to, but we all have free will. Okay, now we got the Judgment card, so this is about being at a fork in the road. You're the sort of person who has come to this lifetime with a calling. You may feel a strong sense of self. You knew yourself from a very, very young age. Even if the bigger questions like where do you belong or what do you want to do seemed like confusing to you, or seemed like you were contemplating them and really trying to focus on what it is that you desire to do, you came to this lifetime with a very strong sense of self, okay? And you're deepening that sense of self as you move through the supermoon period. But this is a card where you are at a fork in the road, you're self-evaluating, and you are releasing things that hinder your path, including self-doubt, rejection, blockages, stagnation, because we've got the stork here. So that indicates there's been a period of stagnation for you, where you may have wanted to do something, but you felt like you couldn't, or you have been wanting to achieve or manifest something and it's not showing up for you. At the end of the month, it's happening quite quickly. Suddenly, the thing that you've been yearning for is showing up, okay? And the Judgment card indicates a revitalized energy. You are rekindling and renewing your energy. It's almost like you're restarting something. Some of you may get closure on a past situation, but I feel this is about you almost like resurrecting your energy in some sort of revelation. So it can mean that you are surprising yourself of how strong you are, your capabilities, your willpower, the ability to be successful in your life. I just feel like there's major arcanas here. So I feel this is like some of you are like getting like a second wind energy in order to create some sort of new path or forge a new way in your life. And we've got the Fool card here, so that means there's definitely an adventure opening up to you, some sort of new beginning, but it's also a card of having faith that the universe has got your back, okay? This is an independent spirit. That's who you are, my beautiful Sagittarius, and I feel like you're rediscovering your independence. You're breaking the chains, and whether you're breaking the chains from a relationship or a negative friendship, a frenemy, or whether it is from a work situation and you're beginning new, whatever it is, you're going to have fun along the way, because this is a card of playfulness. But the most important thing is these two cards are all about the journey, the experience you're having as a human. And that's what you're really focusing on, especially since that 9th house is activated, the search for meaning and purpose. So I feel like you're on the precipice of something big and you're protected. The umbrella represents protection. Also, we've got a dog for loyalty, companion. Spirit walks by your side as you take a leap of faith in your life, okay? So you may feel like you're taking some sort of calculated risk or something that you've been weighing up, and you're just launching yourself at it, and it's going to be very, very successful, okay? Whether it's starting a new business or taking a new position, maybe a new job, raise. Some of you may be entering into retirement and it's a new phase of life. Some of you may be already in retirement and you're actually focusing on what's your next move, or how do you connect higher to source or to your creative gifts and create a new venture. How do you spend your time that is fulfilling and makes your heart swell with joy, okay? Now, some of you will be focusing on finances, of course. We've got the 8 of Pentacles there, so you may be very, sort of, how can I put that? You may be very shrewd with your financial decisions. Some of you may be focusing on that, but I feel like you're trying to shake up a repetitive cycle or repetitive routine. How can I enjoy myself a lot more, even though the circumstances mean I've got to do this, I've got to do that chore, I've got to pay that bill, so I feel like you're trying to find fun within a system of structure. Now we've got here the one who is present, and it says now awareness acceptance. You may be the sort of person who is desiring to live in the now, but you may have struggled with it recently, especially if you've been trying to do things like focus meditation, and you may have found you are distracted easily. They're indicating that you can find that focus within silence. Okay, taking moments of silence, taking moments of solitude without distraction of phones and things like that. If you felt like you've been connecting or over connecting to your phone recently, scrolling mindlessly through social media platforms and things like that, they're just saying you can still do that. That's your call. But take 10 minutes out of that time to just really focus in silence and just see what comes into your mind. Observe it. We don't have to control it. Some people think having meditation is like, I must control my mind and think of nothing, a blank space, and have silence. No, it is about going deep within and observing what rises and falls within the mind. Sometimes you'll be sitting there in silence with a blank mind, and all of a sudden you see like a block of butter, and you're like, what's that? What's that doing there in that meditation? And it may be like somewhere in your mind, you're like, I gotta buy butter, or something like that. Or it can mean all of a sudden you get a conversation from a friend that pops in. These are things that your consciousness is trying to work out or trying to reshuffle and organize. As humans, we're very complex creatures, and we're bombarded with energy and information every moment and second of the day, okay? So this is about quietening the mind, and you have a beautiful mind, my beautiful Sagittarians. You're capable of multitasking, doing many, many different things, but in order to connect to source and be a little bit more connected to your spiritual gifts, take some moments of quiet, okay? Now, we do have the owl. Now, the owl is all about knowledge, very much connected to wisdom, and you are very, very intelligent. You've got a very high IQ, but also you're the sort of person, you're very observant. You see everything, and you may not say anything about it, but you are calculating things as you go. You're someone who's very good at body language, and you can tell when someone's spinning you some BS, that sort of thing. But I feel this energy is about you maybe not even talking about this new start or this new leap of faith that you're taking, because owls, they tend to be very, very knowledgeable, very full of information, but they say nothing. They may give the odd hoot occasionally there, but I feel like owls, they witness everything in silence. So this could be that you are working in silence, or you're trying to find moments of silence in order to use your wisdom to impact your calling or your soul path, your prosperity path. Now, also, this is a card of connecting to your community. So a lot of you may be actually finding that you've been a little bit disconnected. You've been in a solitary path for a while, and you felt really like you're missing friends, or you've been wanting to reconnect to people that you haven't seen for a while. This is a time period where you will connect to those people you haven't seen, but it's also a time of connecting to community. So it can mean that you and your soul tribe are sharing ideas, coming together, but it can also be that you are rediscovering areas that you live in, and finding like new places to hang out, or go for coffee, or buy your produce from, things like that. So I feel like you are using this time period to reconnect to people, friends, community sort of arenas. Also, I feel you're the sort of person that actually is a really good friend. People tend to tell you all their secrets. There is a friend who's going to tell you a really big secret, okay? A really big one. Of course, you're going to keep it, okay? But I feel like you investigate things a little bit deeper on this, because you really want to help this person, okay? It's not something that's negative or anything like that, but I feel like you are a shoulder to cry on or rely on in the month of August, especially in the 3rd week, okay? So people come to you because you're wise. I always say this, sage is the root word of Sagittarius, and owls are wise, okay? So this is, I'm not surprised this has shown up in your reading. Now, we've also got, now there's something here, my beautiful Sagittarians, because the owl is in the resistance position, sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit for the wisdom that you have. You may feel sometimes that you doubt yourself, or you feel that you don't have all the answers. Human beings, none of us have all the answers. We're just living life. We're discovering life as we go. No one gave us a map or a how to do life manual before we came to this lifetime. We're all experiencing life firsthand in the now, okay? And sometimes we make a mistake, and sometimes we beat ourselves up about it, but we shouldn't, because a mistake is a learning curve. It's not detrimental to your path. What it means is you're learning how to push boundaries in your life. The person who's never made a mistake in their life never accomplished anything, okay? Just like they say that people who don't have haters, they're not pushing the boundaries hard enough, because it tends to mean that if you're pushing boundaries in your life, or you're trying to accomplish something in your life, of course, we're all going to stumble along the way at some point. But we get back up again, we learn fully from it, and we choose the direction to move forward. Okay, so they're showing me that. So either you feel like there's been some sort of rejection in your life recently, whether it's a false start in some area, or you felt unprepared for something, or you felt someone was careless with your feelings in some way. I feel like you're moving on from that. Okay, you're learning from it, you're processing it, and it's out. You're stepping away from that. Now the Fool card is showing up twice, and we got the Page of Swords. So some of you may be actually investigating a new path or a new way of working or living. This is a card of you digging below the surface, but having a new focus with that Page of Swords, okay? This is a card of tenacity and drive. And you got the Owl card, which is all about wisdom and knowledge. And the Page of Swords tends to be about genius energy. You have a beautiful mind. You're paying attention to something. So whether you are making some sort of calculated risk, or you're being vigilant, you're watching something perhaps, I feel like you're going to get the information you need, and you're eager to start something new. Now, the Fool card in the reverse as well, because it's in the resistance position, it can mean that you felt like you've lost that childlike spirit, and you're wondering where it went. Well, of course, we've been going through a difficult period for the last 3 years that have been like, well, nearly 3 years that have been a collective trauma. So when that happens, we tend to sort of really sort of step into an energy of maturity, and we feel like we've lost our sense of self in some way. That's what trauma tends to do sometimes. It robs us of our sense of self momentarily before we process these things. So if you've been feeling like you haven't been having fun recently, or you've just been focusing nose to the grindstone, just working, trying to get by, you're actually going to connect to your heart space deeper, and you're going to connect to your soul path, and you're actually going to enjoy yourself a lot more. I just feel like suddenly things change for the positive for you. If you are looking for love, I definitely see you attracting new suitors, okay? This could be someone that, if you take a course of learning, for example, you're compelled to learn a new skill or learn a hobby or something like that. I feel like in an area of community, people coming together to maybe learn about each other. It doesn't have to be that you're learning how to paint or anything like that. It can be people coming together in a community vibe. That's where you're meeting somebody new, okay? They just showed me something in the water, and it was so fast I couldn't catch it. Oh, one of my guides said, that's because it was an arrow deer. That's because it was an arrow deer. Okay, so, I mean, it just went, it looked like it was two. It just went whoosh, whoosh. It was really quick in the water, so I couldn't see it. So, arrow. Arrow can mean like, well, you've got the stork there, so that's like suddenly there's movement. Suddenly you're right on target. I mean, arrows tend to mean courage, focus, dedication. They just said being precise and finesse. So this is about your focus. You're being very precise about something, hitting your mark, that kind of energy. I mean, I know you're the archer, my beautiful Sagittarians, but they're showing me 2 arrows. So perhaps there's something like a symbol that you'll see over the next 4 to 5 weeks that has 2 arrows in it. I mean, 2 arrows, when you really think about it, you think about a compass, right? I'm just keep thinking about compass. So maybe this is a directional gauge where you feel like you fit in. You're taking a real journey, a real leap of faith. I would say look out for 2 arrows. Because now the way that they're showing me, it's almost like there's a piece of paper connected. So I feel like there is some sort of news that comes with this 2 arrows. I'm going to have to look up 2 arrows and like news, but I feel like it's something that you're hoping for. Perhaps you're making your mark. Maybe you get some correspondence and it's got 2 arrows on it. Please look out for it. Sometimes the images, they don't mean anything to me in this moment. They may not mean anything to you in this moment. But in about 4 to 5 weeks time, you're like, whoa, it means that. And oh my gosh, that was a symbol of this great news coming. Whatever it is, it's really good news, really positive news, okay? Now we've got the outcome energy. We've got the one who aches and the one who stands. So we can see here the resistance position tends to be something that gets turned around. So like, it's like I got it in the reverse. And then it comes back around towards around about the 17th to the 25th. All your negative cards, or all the cards that are in the reverse, become upright. So that means, I mean, pages, they tend to bring news. So there is correspondence headed your way. Something that you've been investigating or something that you've been trying to achieve or accomplish is headed your way. So it indicates here the solution. So we've got the one who aches, and it says solitude, sadness, silent withdrawal. So if that's how you've been feeling, as you can see, you're going to be connecting to more community events or more people or people that vibe at your frequency. Also, we've got the one who stands, resolute, implacable, determined. So I feel like you're determined to change your luck, to change feeling left out in the cold. You recognize that if there's something you want in life, my beautiful Sagittarians, yes, the universe is going to deliver because you have a calling. You're really connected to your guides. They are guiding you to the right situation. What is meant for you will never pass you by. But also you recognize that you need to put effort into the things that you want. So as you can see, we've got someone who's very, very strong there. You're the sort of person, you know, you have a very strong exterior. You're very tough because life has taught you to be very, very tough. And I feel like you're silently knowledgeable. I mean, you've got a lot of wit and charm and all of those things, but I feel you're the sort of person who doesn't shout about what you know. People just are aware of your groundedness, of your wisdom. And when it's the right moment, you sort of reveal your hand or you reveal your strength. But you're the sort of person who stands for social justice as well. There's something about protecting the heart space. Okay, so if you are looking for love, I do feel like you're meeting somebody new or attracting somebody new. It won't become a full-blown relationship till later on in the year, but I feel like you're attracting someone new. But there is a little bit of a guardedness about you, my beautiful Sagittarius, so just be mindful of that. But I feel like you're standing strong. You're standing in your integrity. You're being your wonderful, authentic self. And I feel anything that you've been determined to accomplish, you're going to achieve it, okay? We've got the stork. So that means after a period of stagnation, sudden movement. And I feel like you've got that patience. You've been patiently keeping your eye on something or waiting for the right moment, and you will be triggered for the right moment to take action. Suddenly there is abundance. Suddenly there is change. So, for example, if you've been looking for a new job, you've been putting your resume out there and nothing's been catching, suddenly there's like an array of opportunities available to you. Same with if you're looking to move, for example, because the Fool card can be like you're embarking on a new adventure, perhaps relocation or setting up a new business. You will know when the right time appears. You will know when it is time. For example, you're going to find the right house and you may make an offer on that house, or if you're trying to sell a house, it will be sold at the right moment, but all of a sudden there's action. So I feel things get a lot faster at the end of the month for you. And the Chariot card indicates that as well. These are two cards about speed. Okay, so prepared to go faster towards the end of August. Now they're giving me the song, and you know what? I don't even want to tell you the song because I feel like it's quite like it's quite puts the pressure on. Okay, but I'll give it to you because they're giving it to me. So Spirit would never give you a song that they didn't, or an image that they didn't think you needed. So the song is what you waiting, what you waiting, what you waiting, what you waiting for. And then it kind of goes tick tock, tick tock. Ooh, see, I don't like that kind of energy, but maybe you feel something is time sensitive in your world. Maybe you're watching something. I mean, maybe you're putting a bid on something. It could be that you are like bidding on something online, or you're bidding on a property, or you're waiting for a property to, go down in value so that you can swoop in and buy it. There's something here about time sensitive. So what you waiting for? So it's like full steam ahead at the end of the month. The Chariot card indicates overcoming obstacles, success, motivation, drive, and willpower, taking you to victory. So whatever it is you're focused on, it's almost like you're contemplating the direction, the search for meaning, where you feel like you fit in or belong in life, and then you're full steam ahead. When you found it, you're like, that way, I want to go that way. Your heart is telling you which way to head, okay? So I hope that makes sense. The Chariot card indicates momentum. and courage to take action. So with that song, I feel that song, rather than be an indicator that time is running out and you should hurry up, I don't feel like it's that at all. I feel it's more that it's a signifier. You could be walking down the street and you hear that song on the radio in someone's car as they pass, or in the store when you're buying groceries, or you're just listening to the radio. I mean, I don't know what the song's called. I do know it exists. I can't tell you who sings it. You know, they're showing me an image of someone that I almost want to say is like, is it Gwen Stefani or Gwen Stefania? Maybe I got that name wrong. But I can't, I'm not sure if it's that person. So yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know. Okay, that's like a punt. I don't know. My guides are not giving me. They're just showing me this image of this person, and you can't see this person, so I can't also say, hey, could you look at this person to see if it is Gwen Stefani? I can't. So I don't know how to. I'm just gonna leave that there. But the song is important, so listen out for it. Okay. But the Chariot card indicates you're not gonna be waiting along for much more. You're gonna be moving forward towards success, abundance, and opportunity. Okay, because this is a card of triumph. It's a card of assertion. It's a card of bravery and success, your commitment and dedication to your goals and dreams. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles, money being stabilized. What you worked for is what you save, okay? So I feel like it's a steady kind of income month for you with regards to finances. I feel like you are saving more than you're spending is what I get. But this card is a card of like you being in a repetitive cycle. And if you ever want to get good at something, you know that we have to be like repetitively doing it in order to become the master of it. So this is a card of you mastering your craft, or being in charge of your money, being in charge of your career, or being in charge of your energy and where it flows to. So I feel like you're really in control of that. The Eight of Pentacles is also a card of learning, putting yourself on courses to learn more about your craft, enhancing your skills, but it's all about your hard work, your dedication to build security. As you can see, there's like a home space there. So a lot of you may be focusing on the home space towards the end of the month, maybe thinking of either buying a home or getting into real estate or selling a home, or it can also be about, excuse me, working in that repetitive cycle where you're like just knuckling down. And because I feel like you're going to be enjoying yourself, but also it's like towards the end of the month, you're like, right, okay, now let's get back to business. That's what I feel. But I feel like you're going to be enjoying yourself along the way. And very productive month, I feel, whatever it is that you're connected to, I feel like you're in the flow of doing in a really positive and productive way. The Eight of Pentacles also is about being very resourceful with your finances, okay? So you're finding a way to protect your money. You're finding a way to use a little to go a long way and save some. As you can see, this person is working but banking stuff in the back there, okay? And I feel like, you know, you're banking stuff to find solidity and a positive foundation. We've got the Queen of Wands. Very creative. You are very gifted and passionate about what you do. You have a lot of magnetism as well. So this indicates that this time period you're magnetizing good things, exciting things your way, but also things that are relevant to your world that actually help you build stability. The Queen of Wands is someone who has a lot of power, and this is also a card of attention. So if you are looking for love, you will be attracting attention with your magnetism, but it's more than that. It's about attracting through the law of attraction, attracting what you truly deserve and desire. You're someone who leads with your passion, and someone who will be connecting to other people in the same way. You're the sort of person, my beautiful Sagittarius, that people gravitate towards your warmth. If anyone's alone in a room at a party, you're the sort of person to sort of shuffle on over to that person just to make them feel welcome. You make people feel good in their own skin as well. You really give people like pep talks. So you're actually a really beautiful person, okay? A lot of you can use your wisdom to help people make new starts in life, or help them on their life path, also to give them direction. Also, some of you may actually use your gifts to inspire people, like give personal growth talks. You're a light worker, so I see a lot of you connecting to helping people embrace their skills. You can be a mentor, is what they're showing me as well. The Queen of Wands is someone who collaborates with people or creates very strong friendships. And I feel there's going to be a lot of inspiration this month for you that works for your highest good of all. Now, some of you may be wanting to set up your own business. I feel like it's a creative venture that you've been perhaps thinking about for some time. Now is the month to get started on it. And towards the end of the month, you're going to hit the ground running. It's going to go really fast, and it's going to be very, very positive, very successful as we close out Leo season. Also, a lot of you are going to be connecting to your friends, going out, enjoying yourself a lot more. I feel like it's a steady month for you. A little bit more about where you belong is what the focus is, okay? Now, for those of you who are retired, for example, I feel like you may be having that calling. Where do you belong? What are you connecting to? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Okay. They just said enough, enough. So we've got final goodbye. It's time to permanently close out this chapter in your life. So definitely there's a new start here for you. I love this. You got the heart card. It says our first teacher is our own heart. And that is so true. Your heart is teaching you the way. Your heart is guiding you. Also, day and night cannot dwell together. Day and night cannot dwell together. There must be change. There must be an adjustment always. And as you can see, there's a handprint there over the gentleman's mouth. So perhaps there's some sort of change that you're not talking about right now that you will reveal when you feel ready to talk about it. I mean, some of you may be going through major changes in life like the menopause and things like that, and you may feel like you're struggling with it, you're not talking about it, things like that. Reach out to those who are around you, friends. They can lend a compassionate ear. Okay, you don't have to go through things like this alone, but they're just showing me this energy of new path, new life, closing out chapters. And it says final goodbye. It's time to permanently close this chapter in your life. No second chances, not for you, close path. Now, I don't know if you heard my guides knocked just before I talked about this card. They knocked there on the window, okay? So they want you to be aware that this is a very important thing that you will be focusing on during this time period. Anything that has made you feel unhappy or is not working, no second chances. You're releasing it, okay? We've also got, don't be afraid to cry. It will free your mind of sorrowful thoughts. Release the pressure. This full moon, it's a super moon, is going to make us all feel collectively very, very sensitive. It's okay to release the pressure. We were given tears as a human trait for a reason, to release the pressure in our body. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Having a good cry actually purges and gets things out, okay? Having a salt bath also, but a good old cry sometimes releases the pressure. We've got walk the path. That's what you're all about this month, okay? Walk in the path, that search for meaning. I already said you walk your talk. It says here, you have to do what is right for you. No one walks in your shoes. Comparing life, social pressures, okay? So this is about doing what is right for you, walking that path, finding your calling, okay? Where you feel like you belong. If anyone is like against some of the changes that you're making, fine. That's their problem. It's not your problem. It's your life. You're doing you, okay? Let them take care of their side of the street and you'll do you. Somewhere you meet in the middle and you just won't judge each other. So it's important to remember that you're just finding your way, and there's a lot of prosperity on your path, whatever path you're headed in terms of direction. Some of you may be setting up like your own business or a second stream of income in some way. I feel like you are making your money work for you rather than you working extra hard for the money. I feel like you're making things work for you. And we've also got afterlife. And it says, a loved one is contacting you in waking life through signs. Next life, you're not alone, eternal. Now, they're showing me immediately a ladybug, a ladybird. Now, this comes up a number of times. I feel like it's because it's an accessible way for spirits to connect to us. But this ladybug is different. It's not quite 100% red. It's kind of like an in-between, reddy, yellowy kind of. So maybe it's like a newbie ladybug, I'm not sure, that hasn't fully gone into, or maybe that's just its color. It's not quite orange though. It's more on the red side than the yellow. So they're showing me that it's a very unique sign that your guides are with you, okay? It may land on you or just by you. So look out for that. I mean, it may even land on your windshield or in your car or something like that. So look out for that. It's a sign for you. And now let's get some final cards before we close. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians? What do they need to know? Be true to your heart. Absolutely. And we've got breakthrough. So yeah, definitely happening. We've got that Fool card twice, which is a major breakthrough for you, a new chapter. So be true to your heart. There is a breakthrough. If you've been struggling recently, there is a positive energy on the other side. Release the pressure. Everything will happen in divine timing when it's meant to. Nothing will pass you by if it is meant for you, okay? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Sagittarians where they need to know? Also, pay close attention to any hunches, okay? They're showing me a wolf right now, so again, that's connected to Pathfinder energy. But pay close attention to any hunches. If you feel like you are called to do something, follow that path. Of course, it's investigate it before you do it, but follow any hunches, especially if you feel called to like focus on your finances, protect your finances, put yourself in a really good position, because I feel that's what you're doing. Because the Eight of Pentacles keeps showing up to me, even though it's like buried under all those cards. The Eight of Pentacles keeps coming up to me. So in the water, the energy of it, it's just showing me it's like being productive, earning money, putting yourself in a good position, protecting your money. I keep getting that in your reading. So maybe that's what you're focusing on at this time. We do have White Stag Protector. So it says, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you where you want to go. Awaken to the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Absolutely, okay? And White Stag, very unique, but also, you know, has the tenacity. Those antlers are there to sort of forge a way to where you want to go. And we've also got Goose, Inner Knowing. So, you know, these are birds that sort of relocate, they emigrate, all of that. So I feel like there is this directional gauge about you, trying to find out where to next, where your energy is guided to next. It says, you are a brave traveler. Sag, definitely picking up on that energy in your reading. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. I mean, this card eloquently says everything that was needed to be said in this reading. I probably should have pulled these cards first before the whole reading, because this is exactly the main energy of your reading. Trust you're headed in the right direction. Oh, they only want one. Normally I take two, but they only want one. Okay. I'm just connecting to the energy of this for you. Now they show me the Chariot card. So this has got to be a movement ruin. Okay. Now there's a couple of those, but I'm going to go with the horse ruin just to, yeah. Because of the energy. So it's movement forward. This is progress, this ruin. Okay, this is about movement. This is long journeys, perhaps, or some sort of change. Spontaneity. Things ramping up, gathering momentum for you. So I feel like, and you know, the ability to overcome obstacles, being wild and free. You can't tame a Sagittarian energy. So if anyone's trying to control you in a negative way, I feel like you're breaking the chains from that as well. And they want me to put this on the Queen of Wands. So this is your authentic self, creative expression, being free in that energy, and your creativity is your power. It is your super strength. Okay, so I feel like some of you may be creating businesses either as a side hustle, standing out from the crowd, appreciated for your skills and your gifts. But if you work in a workspace, I feel also that you're standing out from others as someone who's a real asset within your team. Even though you may feel like you don't have support, They want you to know that you are an integral linchpin in any group that you find yourself in, my beautiful Sagittarians, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading. It's quite a complex reading because we're close to that supermoon energy. You probably notice, you know, I literally, when it comes to supermoon energy, I literally, you don't need to know this, but I literally drip with sweat when I'm sort of channeling because it's so intense. So I hope there was something that was useful in this reading for you. If it was, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Sagittarians. Love and light.